Namaste, Hamesha Kushro Bitia. I am JVN Dr. Minakshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Shalakya Tantra, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidya Peeth Women's University. In today's session, we will discuss the intermediate uveitis. In the previous previous sessions, we discussed the anti-uveitis in very detail. Now, we will discuss the intermediate uveitis. What is intermediate uveitis? It includes the inflammation of the pars plana and peripheral part of the retina and underlying choroid. So it is also called the pars planitis. It refers to the inflammation involving the pars plana, ciliaris, peripheral retina, choroid, and vitreous base. Then what is the etiology of the intermediate uveitis? It is idiopathic, means the exact cause is not known, but there is a positive correlation with HLA-DR2 gene, and it is found in the known cases of TB, syphilis, sarcoidosis, and Lyme disease. Then we come to the clinical features of the intermediate uveitis. Intermediate uveitis can be asymptomatic or they can be floaters in the insidious onset. And patient may suffer from the blurring of vision and decreased vision, whereas the symptoms such as pain, photophobia, and redness are uncommon. Then we come to the signs, the anterior segment signs and the posterior segment signs. In case of the anterior segment signs, the low grade flare and cells will be seen in the anterior chamber, and few KPs due to the spillover anterior uveitis, and lens will show complicated cataract. In case of posterior segment signs, the vitreous cells will be from grade +1 to +4. There will be anterior vitreous condensation. There will be snowball or cotton ball opacities, which are called the ants' eggs. And they are the typical exudates present near the ora serrata in the inferior quadrant. And there will be snow banking, the gray-white fibrovascular plaque over the pars plana, with or without associated peripheral retinal periphlebitis. And there will be severe vitreous opacification. These are the fundoscopies showing the evidence of uveitis. In the upper left image, you will see the vitreous cells present in the posterior chamber, posterior segment signs. There is chorioretinal scarring, the right upper image. In the lower images, there is no bank, which are also called the ants' eggs, and the right lower image there is vitreous haze. So all these signs will be present in case of the intermediate uveitis. Then we comes to the treatment plan of the intermediate uveitis. There is a four-step protocol of Kalpan. There are four steps. The step one is the periocular and systemic steroids are given. The posterior subtenon injection of triamcinolone 40 milligram per are given uh, over 3 weeks. Three injections are given, and systemic steroids are given in case of unresponsive cases. And step two, the immunosuppressive drugs are given. When step one measure fails, then the immunosuppressive drugs are given. They should be given the serious cases basically, and in which the vigorous use of steroids have failed to resolve the inflammation, and there is an imminent danger of blindness. And third is the cryotherapy or the indirect laser coagulation. They are done in the cases with no banking. And the fourth step is the pars plana vitrectomy. It is done in the severe cases and when the step 3 of the cryotherapy or the indirect laser coagulation has failed. And it helps by removing the inflammatory debris, antigenic load, and the possible traction on macula. Its role in tractional retinal detachment is unequivocal. Then here is an image of the subtenon steroid injection, how it is given under the subtenance capsule in the subtenance space. And in the upper image, they have shown the advancement of the needle, which should be follow the curvature of the globe. So, with many very much precautions, we should give the periocular uh, these in steroids, the subretinal injection of triamcinolone. So here is the intermediate uveitis. We have discussed the etiology. What is the etiology? Then what are the clinical features? Basically, what are the signs of intermediate uveitis? And uh, these actually DR2 these are basically the hypersensitivity uveitis due to the allergic reactions it occurs the human HL is the human leukocytic antigen. It is the old name for the histo compatibility antigens. These are about 70 such antigens in human bodies on the basis of which an individual can be assigned to different HLA phenotypes. And recently, a lot of stress is being laid on the role of HLA in uveitis. Since a number of diseases associated with uveitis occur much more frequently in persons with certain specific HLA phenotype, like an HLA DR2 having the person having this phenotype will have the intermediate uveitis and uh, actually B27 can have the acute anti-uveitis. So certain phenotypes in persons may be associated with a particular type of uveitis. And then we discuss the symptoms and the signs of the anti-uveitis. What are the anterior segment signs and the posterior segment signs? These are very important in case of the diagnosis of the intermediate uveitis because these anterior posterior segment signs are also few signs are similar to the anterior uveitis in the anterior segment signs, but the posterior segment signs these will not be seen in case of the anterior uveitis. The vitreous cells, the anterior vitreous condensation, and there's ants, eggs. These are very specific in case of the intermediate uveitis. So the proper differential diagnosis should be made. See where the site of inflammation, and accordingly we will do the treatment of the disease. So this session completes here. We have all discussed the anti-uveitis in very detail, and thank you so much. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you so much.